And it goes the same way if you're having a good day too. If you get out there and you've been working 3 hours, you maybe started at 8 and and now it's noon and you've just been working a few hours and you made $800 already that day. That doesn't mean pack it up and go home. That just means you're making $200 an hour. Why would you go home if you're making $200 an hour? I would stay out there till I had to go home. I'm making $200 an hour. And you can increase that if you want to. You can make as much an hour as you want to. Be rated.
I like that.
So I'm going to run through an example of this with you guys, and then that'll be it for me. And if you do want a copy of it, just PM on GroupMe, your email, and I'll just shoot it right over to you. Basically, there's just two possible outcomes: if they're home or they're not home. It's pretty simple. And then, obviously, if it's the client or if it's not the client, those are two different scenarios as well that you got to handle differently. Now, the way that I structured this was, I've been hit with everything that you can ever possibly get hit with at a door. Okay, I didn't beat it every time. Absolutely not. I probably failed 3, 4, 5 times trying different things until I found something that worked. And all this is a gathering of all the things that I've learned from people telling me no. Okay, so it's just a trial and error type thing. Everything that I say in this door knock is for a reason. It's proactive. My whole presentation is proactive because the rebuttals are going to come. Okay, almost like it's on a cue card and they're reading it off of it. Okay, they're going to hit you with rebuttals unless you beat them first. And everything I say in this door knock, even at the door, like just before I even get in the door at all, is for a reason. There's not a wasted sentence in it because I want it to be sweet to the point, down to business. You address them by their first name clearly because you don't want to say, "Oh, hi, Mr. or Mrs. So-and-so." Well, you sound like a salesperson. You sound like a telemarketer or a Jehovah's Witness or something. Mr. or Mrs. something. Okay? You want to talk to them like it's a friend you haven't seen in a while. Like, "Hey, Troy."
Yes.
Nice to meet you. I'm Josh.
Hi, how you doing, Josh? What's up?
You want to say their name, their first name, like it's a friend that you have not seen since high school or something, because that gets them off guard. They're going to admit that they're them for one. Have you ever had somebody try to pretend that they're not the person on the lead?
Who wanna know?
You know it's them.
Who wanna know?
Right.
No, I ain't Troy. No.
Exactly.
What you got? What you got?
I got kids.
But if you catch them off guard like that with their first name, their first instinct is going to be like, "Yeah." You're not even going to get that rebuttal ever, just by doing that one little thing first.
I never asked, "Are you Josh?"
I am.
I never asked.
Yeah.
And when he went on call, as soon as the woman answered the phone, "Hey, Lucy, how you doing?" That's the
Absolutely.
first thing I say. "Oh,
Absolutely.
hi. Who's this?" "Oh, yeah, I got your ass. You was easy." "No, can I speak to Lucy?" "Oh, she ain't here. She just walked out the door. Who's this?"
So what about when you say, "Hey"?
Say, "Hey, is John home?" "Oh, yeah. Who is this?" "Oh, Josh with Lincoln Heritage. It looks like John sent this in to us just about a month ago. They sent me all the way up from Pittsburgh to actually take care of this for him. So if you want to go ahead and grab them, I'll wait outside." And they go grab them. You're showing them something that their loved one filled out. They're not going to question it. And if they do, "What's this all about?" You can go even further into the door knock script. You can even say, "Well, we actually sent them a letter about this a few weeks ago, stating that they would be contacted by an underwriter." That's me. Now, looks like the phone number here, is this the right phone number for you guys? Well, we tried calling it a few times, but if you're anything like me, I don't answer any strange numbers that call my phone with bill collectors and salespeople out there nowadays. So, it's my job to take care of this for them, just like that letter had stated. So if you want to go ahead and grab that person, I'll wait out here for you.
Hey, if it's a person like a...
I'm the underwriter assigned to take care of this for you. Sorry, we tried calling a few times, but if you're anything like me, I don't answer any strange numbers I don't recognize. And typically they will agree with you. Because who answers strange out-of-state numbers? Like just for fun. "Hey, who's this?" Nobody does. Go to voicemail. So, this proactively beats a few rebuttals right then and there. With you showing up unannounced. "Oh, why did you just come to my door?" You're not going to get that. That's why. We tried calling a few times. You got that letter. That's why I'm here. So you're beating that rebuttal right there. You're explaining why you're there as well. They're not like, "What's this all about?" You're explaining why you're there in just that one little sentence. Also establishing credibility and being relatable to that client. Me too. I don't answer strange numbers either. You want to be relatable to that person to connect with them. If you can't be relatable, they're not going to buy a policy off you. Now, you want to also verify everything on there, obviously. Make sure it's their handwriting, different things like that, and that builds credibility as well. Sorry about the wait on us getting to you. There are so many people that are waiting to enroll into the program that most members have about a month wait before our underwriters can even get to them.
Wow. That's
Because
powerful.
they want to do what other people are doing, right? There is a wait for me to come see you because there are so many people that want this taken care of through us. That it takes about a month to get to you.
That's creating a sense of urgency also. So don't even be waiting around thinking about it because I don't know when I'm gonna get back to you.
Absolutely.
Mr. Jack London used to use that.
Absolutely.
You know, you get one shot.
And say, look, you know, I would love to come back and see your family again. I know there's things that you do want to kind of think about, but I would like to come back and see you guys again. However, that's not fair to all the other people that are waiting to enroll into this. Now, there's so many people waiting to enroll that if I kept coming back and seeing everybody, people would be passing away before I would even be able to get to them. So you know you need this. Let's go ahead and start you out with this.
Is that on your script that we can?
Absolutely, everything's on here.
If you send your email, he's just gonna send it to you. He said he'll send it to you.
Just send me a private message on GroupMe.
Put your email and he'll Josh Big Daddy Court. Joshua Big Daddy Court.
All I need to do is go over what you're eligible for. Most of our members are on Social Security, Disability, or SSI. Do you collect one of those? Right then and there, you can kind of find out, you know, what their situation is. It builds credibility as well because they do. I would have to say 80% or more of our leads are Social Security, Disability members. So it's pretty safe to say that. If they say they're not, say, okay, well, you know, you must be eligible because somebody really cares about you, so they sent this, you know, in for us to make sure that we take care of your family. This will only take 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how many questions you have for me. Okay? I can do an app in 5 minutes. If they have questions, it's going to take longer than 5 to 10 minutes, and that's not on me anymore. Okay? Because you want to say that to make sure that you're not saying, okay, this is going to take an hour and a half. You really want to sit down with me if I say that? No. This is going to take 5 to 10 minutes depending on how many questions you have.
Once they see it starts to benefit them, time goes out the window. This is benefit me. They're not saying hurry up. They don't.
You're in there under that.
So the last thing I'm going to leave you with, because that right there, and I just kind of summarized a lot for you because you can read over this and practice it. I would practice it. Phone scripts you don't really got to practice because you're reading it off a piece of paper. This you need to practice with live people. You know, get a friend, get somebody else that's struggling getting into doors and practice it. Put yourself on video and watch yourself doing it. You know, different things like that. But do not present to a one leg. Does anybody not know what that means? Don't present to a one leg. If you don't know, it's okay. I'm here to explain it. All right? Don't present to a one leg because it'll break your heart because you'll go through all of it. They'll love it. They'll want it. Oh, well, I got to talk to my husband. Now you got to do it all over again. Okay, a one leg is if there are two people financially vested in a family. Okay, if they're a team, obviously, then you don't want to present to just one of them because they make decisions together. Okay, so a lot of times you want to ask them when you're sitting down with them. Now, is your husband or your wife around when you sit down with them? Then they'll let you know. You know, they'll let you know if there isn't a husband or wife there. They'll let you know if that other person isn't there right now. But do not go any further. If that person isn't there, don't go any further. Don't break your own heart by doing a presentation and then having to do it again with the other person. Okay? Because now you're going to rely on that one leg that you just presented to sell it for you to their husband or wife later. Now, last time I checked, most of our clients don't have insurance licenses. They don't go to core training. So why would you rely on that check that you're going to get for that person reciting the information that you gave them?
But if they can make the decision.
Have you ever been to a door and actually talked to the person 3 times, 3 separate occasions? It usually doesn't work. They usually just keep giving you excuse after excuse after excuse.
Then they die.
Absolutely.
Damn.
Well, it happened to me twice in the beginning.
Damn.
So book the appointment the
Like
first
voodoo
time.
on you.
I don't care if it's for tomorrow, the next week, it doesn't matter. You can confirm that appointment later, but book it the first time. And you know, what I'm going to do is I'm going to email this to you guys. If you have any questions or anything, feel free to message me about anything. It doesn't have to be about door knocking. Just message me, but that's all I got for you guys.
All right. Give a round of applause.